So hard to find my way now that I'm on my own. Hey, I saw you just the other day. My, how you have grown. Flash my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love to the green, green grass behind the stadium with you. My brown-eyed girl, baby, you my brown-eyed girl. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting our program in just 1 minute. Make your way to your seats, please. We can start right on time. Thank you. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the valleys to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, it's my home, sweet home. Thank you.
Very important announcement before we start. Joseph Puccio, you're the winner of your credit card that you left at the bar. There you go. Good afternoon. I'm Richard Reisman, the publisher of the Orange County Business Journal. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you to this, our 11th annual Innovator of the Year Award program. We're proud to honor innovators in our community, and I'd like to acknowledge and express our sincere gratitude to the sponsors without whom we could not have this event. Our diamond sponsor for the first time, welcome aboard Bank of California, and many of our platinum sponsors returning, Falcon, Rappaport, and Berkman, Infinity Bank, Katz, Ruby, and Carle, Stradling, and UCI Irvine Health. And we have our gold and silver sponsors, the Irvine Company, Capital One, and RJI International CPAs. And thank you all. And we're proud that this event has earned your support for this event. Now I'd like to acknowledge our associate publisher, Laura Garrett, and our editor, Peter Brennan. Please stand to be recognized. So this event is the responsibility of Laura and her department, and the Innovator of the Year Awards special report. Our weekly newspaper, the Daily News Updates, are the work of Peter and the editorial department, who will be highlighting the 5 winners in the issue a week from Monday, September 22nd. And as always, I want to remind everyone not to forget, you don't want to miss that important call, so put your cell phone ringers back on, please, at the end of the event. And this program will resume at 12:40 with a keynote address by Ray Cohen, the co-founder, former CEO of Axonics, followed by the presentations of the awards. Please enjoy your meal. We'll see you soon. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a good meal. I hope you had some good conversation, that you know more about the world now than you did before you arrived. And so let's commence the program. It is now my pleasure to introduce our diamond sponsor, Sean Foley, the president of the Eastern region of Banc of California. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Sean.
So Richard said Eastern region, and you're all wondering where I'm from. Orange County and Inland Empire is where we're throughout California and the nation, but my area is Orange County and Inland Empire. My mom wishes it were Eastern because she's from Pennsylvania, but that's not where it is. So thank you, Richard, and thank you for your staff and to the Orange County Business Journal. This is a fantastic event. We're very honored to be the premier sponsor. We haven't done a lot in Orange County, but I think you're going to hear a lot more from us as we move along. So welcome, everyone. This is a lot of fun. Our table happens to be the most fun. You probably heard Joe left his credit card at the bar. You've heard of walk-on music, and he was playing some happy song when we were in rehearsals, and I said, can you play Hell's Bells when I walk up there? I think you'll get more of an effect. So before I get to the official program, I'd be remiss in mentioning my future son-in-law is amongst you today, James Hamill. He's in the back at 20. He's a software engineer, and he's looking for work, and that one wasn't a joke at all. And I don't want to pay for another wedding. So one of you specifically knows I'm talking to you. Not mentioning any names, Mike Merchant. So on behalf of Banc of California, welcome. And again, thank you to the OCBJ. I want to congratulate this year's outstanding nominees. We have a great crew of nominees today. Could you please stand up and be recognized? Thank you. If you're looking for the change management, the growth of Orange County, look no further than this group of nominees. They're fantastic. And then we have 2 former winners of the Innovators Award in the audience today as well. Francisco Morales of 511 Tactical. Francisco. And then our featured speaker today, Ray Cohen, is a past winner as well. Ray, I saw it. There you are. You were down there earlier. I know, but I'm here. You got to stop moving, Ray. Okay. So just a little bit of a commercial about the bank. We consider ourselves a business bank, and we say that we give relationship-based service, and every other banker in this audience says exactly the same thing. So I thought about it and what it means to me, and when I talked to our team about what relationship means. I think we listen. I think we tailor our solutions for our clients. When we say we're going to do something, we do it, and we do it on time. So that's what relationship means to Banc of Cal. And I could talk about Banc of Cal an awful lot, but there's a video that I think shows who we are all about and shows our sense of community. And if you could roll that right now, that'd be great.
Over 20 years ago, a group of people wanted to build an aircraft carrier museum in San Diego. Bank of California took a leap of faith to provide initial funding and financing for this museum. Our focus is to honor the legacy of the USS Midway, honor all those who served, and inspire and educate our guests. I was on the Midway from 1989 to 1991. I flew 40 combat missions in the A-6 Intruder from the flight deck of the USS Midway, always made it back.
Bank of California is the bank that brought the Midway to San Diego. From the very beginning, the bank was involved in the Midway, and we're so proud to be a part of that.
We would not be where we are today without Bank of California taking that initial leap of faith to get us going as a museum. Freedom Park is going to be a fully interactive park. People are going to be introduced to the service and sacrifice of so many veterans, and it's going to form the largest veterans park on the West Coast. Freedom Park is the culmination of 20 years of partnership with Bank of California, and we couldn't be prouder of that.
Supporting Freedom Park is something that the bank is committed to, not only today, but for generations to come.
We've got a big fundraising challenge ahead of us for Freedom Park, and Bank of California has really helped us take that first step. We have over 800 volunteers that make Midway go every single day. When people come aboard Midway, you're going to meet a volunteer. You're going to meet a veteran.
I'm retired, and volunteerism, of course, is a good path to take. I served on an aircraft carrier, the USS Saratoga. So serving on an aircraft carrier as a volunteer, interacting with all the guests and staff, is very special to me.
Bank of California and the USS Midway have a long-standing relationship. I've supported this organization since the very beginning, and we've been supporters for 20 years. That just underscores that relationship matters, which has made just a wonderful relationship for both of us.
That better said than I could have ever done. So, and hopefully you get a sense of our commitment to community. And now it's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker. He was named 2024 Business Person of the Year by the Orange County Business Journal and a 2024 Innovator of the Year. He is also a recipient of the 24 MedTech MVP Award and a past recipient of the SoCal Bio Lifetime Achievement Award. He's a trailblazer in the medical technology space with a career spanning more than 4 decades, multiple successful exits, and nearly $2 billion raised in capital. Most recently, he served as co-founder, CEO, and board member of Axonics, a breakthrough company treating bladder and bowel disorders. Under his leadership, Axonics grew a staggering pace. It was ranked the #1 fastest growing company in America by Deloitte and the Financial Times before it was acquired by Boston Scientific in 2024. Today, he continues to shape the future of MedTech as an advisor and a board member in several cutting-edge companies. Well, I'd like to now join me in welcoming Ray Cohen, a new friend of mine. Ray.
All right, so pleasure to be here today, and one request: if somebody can kill that light, I would be eternally grateful so I could actually see people in the audience. So I want to thank, first of all, everyone for being here. This is an exciting program. I'd like to thank the Orange County Business Journal for inviting me to speak today, but I want to say a few words about the Orange County Business Journal. I'm not sure if all of you are subscribers, but you should be, because I can tell you anything that's happening in the business community in Orange County is in the journal. That is a weekly magazine. And please. And moreover, I think that people may not truly understand the focus of the journal. Oh, thank you so much. God bless you all. The focus of the journal is on health, is on philanthropy. And Richard and I had a conversation about that the other day, and I tell you, what they're doing for this community and for people in need in this community deserves recognition, and it deserves you to get a subscription to the magazine, okay? I mean, anything that's happening in philanthropy is in that magazine, and if that's where you're inclined and you've been, done well in your life and you want to do good, then this is the place to look for it. So I think it's important that we recognize the journal, the ability for all of us to come together in this great community that we live in, which is very active in the business community. I mean, I think we are fortunate that we actually have people like Richard and Peter Brennan who are actually doing the kind of work here in our local community, and that's what it's all about, right? We can't, yep, by all means. You know, it's hard to affect things nationally. I'm not going to get into politics. I promised my colleagues here today I wouldn't. But it's hard to affect things on a national level, right? But we can do things locally, right? We live here. We can watch out for our neighbors, right? We can be responsible citizens here. We can encourage people to vote and have their voice and so on and so forth. So I've been very fortunate. I've been in Orange County for quite a number of decades now. I believe that Orange County is the center of the innovation universe here in America, particularly in the medical technology area. And today we have 3 winners coming out of this industry and also a healthcare partner as well. So it's clear that we're...
Don't give it away.
Well, there's a few people here that so, but anyway, but it's really cool. It's really cool. So, okay, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about innovation, and we're recognizing the innovative companies and innovators of the year. And, you know, it was interesting. You know, we all kind of know what that means, but, you know, I actually looked it up this morning. I mean, shit, I just figured out what the hell AI was, you know. I didn't even know. We used to call AI algorithms, right? So anyway, so what is to innovate, right? It's to make changes and do something in a new way. Innovation, right? It's a new idea, it's a new method, a new device. And what about an innovator, right? That is a person who introduces new ideas, products, methods that significantly improve on an existing solution or creates an entirely new market, right? And each of the nominees today and the winners today certainly fall into that category. So I thought it would be interesting really just to talk a little bit about, so how do we find these people and who are these people and what motivates them and what drives them and what are the criteria, right, that really drives people to be innovators. And you know, when you really get down to it, you start to look at what are these characteristics? And number one, I think you've got to have an intellectual curiosity about things, right? It all starts with that. You've got to have creativity. You've got to have a keen work ethic, right? You've got to be willing. I mean, this is the thing. I meet so many people. Everybody wants to be successful, right? I mean, I could play a game and raise your hands and do all. Everybody wants to be successful, right? Okay. But here, right? You want to be successful. But here's the question. Are you willing to pay the price that it takes to be successful? Okay? Right? And most people will say yes, but they don't know what that means, right? I mean, there's no one here in this room, and whether you're being named as one of the winners or just somebody who's been nominated or somebody who's out there, you know, breaking rocks in the desert to try to make your thing go, you know, the fact of the matter is it takes enormous amount of effort, time, and expertise, and so on and so forth. And then you think about, you know, what is this about? In business, every single day, we have problems to solve. There's no such thing as a company that doesn't have problems, right? Whether it's in our personal lives, right, or whether it's in our business lives, there's a lot of problems. So, you know, solving those problems is really what it takes, you know, and you've got to be able to make decisions. You can't not be afraid. You cannot be afraid to make decisions. So when you think about innovators and you meet the winners and so forth, what is it? They're not afraid. They're going to make the call. They're not going to be right every time, but it doesn't matter because they realize that people need leadership. Right? Everyone wants you need leadership. If you're the person in charge, then you need to provide that leadership, and you need to be a bit inspirational, right? You have to be. You got to put those big hairy goals out there and then say, look, here's what we're trying to accomplish here. This is the vision. Here's how we're going to do it. Come on, let's work together and make this happen. And for the people who are willing to pay the price, those are the folks you want to bet on. So step up your game, my friend, okay? All right? But that's really, yeah, no, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And from time to time, I can be funny, but I'm going to try to keep it straight today. So, you know, what else? What else is involved, right? I would say persistence. Like the notion that we are going to get this done, I don't care what I have to do, right? You got to be persistent. And then let's take a step back. We're going to be recognizing individuals today, right? Right, the innovator of the year representing their companies. But I can tell you that every single winner has got a team of individuals that they have hand-selected and are working very, very closely with them, and these are their colleagues that are supporting the efforts of that organization. No one can do it by themselves. No one, okay? That's not the way it happens. You know, even Steve Jobs needed a team, right, to pull off what they were able to pull off. So it all starts with people. So you gotta get and surround yourself with the right people that have the motivation and the desire and the willingness and who are willing to pay that price. And if you can do that, that's how it starts. Okay, and I've been very, very fortunate in my career that I have been able to meet some really excellent people, and I've had the pleasure of working with these people in numerous projects over many decades. And the key thing is if you find good people, keep them close. Keep them close, because good people, smart people, they can do anything. It's not like, the other silly analogy I use is that every venture capital firm and every board they need a second baseman. Sorry, I really like baseball, okay? And I'm a Dodger fan, so, okay. So, they need a second baseman. So what do they want? They want somebody who played second base, who was successful, maybe was an all-star, went to the World Series, hits 300, never makes an error, okay. Well, yeah, good luck, okay? But what they really need is they need Mookie Betts, okay? Why, for those of you who are not baseball players, why am I saying Mookie Betts? Because this dude can play any position. You see what I mean? He's got skills. He's smart. He can hit. He's a team player. He's persistent, and he can play any position. So isn't that who we should be hiring, right? Highly motivated people who have a deep sense of desire, who want to succeed and are willing to work hard. Surround yourself with those people, and I promise you, you will be successful if you provide the right leadership and you pay them well. You pay them well, okay? Yeah, I was expecting some applause for that, but okay, all right. All right, wait, it gets better. It gets better, okay? It gets better. You pay them well. You treat them with respect, right? Right? All right, I really didn't need the applause, but I appreciate it. No, treat people with respect. Treat them, the way you would want to be treated, right? If you happen to be in a position of leadership, what are you up to? You're going to be pushing people down? No, give them a hand, help them up, right? Give them an opportunity to perform and excel at what they do. Right? That doesn't mean you're going to delegate everything. No. If you're the leader, you're in charge. You're accountable. You got to make those decisions, but you need the good people surround you. So pay them well. Treat them with the respect. And give them equity in the company that you're involved in. Okay. I'll applaud that one. Okay. I mean, that's the game, right? So if you're successful, everybody is successful together, right? And in the end of the day, what are we doing? What is this all about, right? We're all working hard. Why are we working? Is it for fame and fortune? And it's nice to make money, but we're doing it, hopefully, and the entrepreneurs are doing it because they want to make a difference. They want to make a difference. They're committed to making a difference in people's lives, in the economy, right? Whatever the field is that you happen to have chosen to be in. And I feel very, very grateful that I fell into the medical device business over 4 decades ago. And it has been a blessing and a privilege to be able to make products that improve people's quality of life. That's what it's about. And as humans, we all know we're frail, right? Something's going to happen to all of us at some point. So the fact that we are very fortunate. We live in a community here in Orange County where we have some of the best health care in the United States. And we're very, very fortunate, right? We live in an affluent community. We're fortunate that we have these things. So back to the point, right? It's all about the quality of the people that you surround yourself with and sharing a common vision and a common goal and working together to make that happen, okay? So I could go on and on and on, pick a topic, raising capital, venture, doing, from venture capitalists, going public, selling companies, there's a lot always one could talk about. But today, this is about innovation. This is about acknowledging the people who are making a difference in other people's lives, whether it's their colleagues, their customers, their patients, and so on and so forth. So I'll leave you with that, and I want to say congratulations to all the winners. God bless you. Take care.
Thank you, Ray. Yeah, persistence. I meet a lot of business people and successful ones, and none of them are dumb, but they may not be the smartest people in the planet. But what they all have in common is nothing gets in their way, nothing stops them. I think persistence is the single, I agree with you, Ray, that's maybe the most important quality that correlates with success, probably in most things, and certainly in business. Speaking of that, we're going to introduce 5 persistent awardees today. And to expedite the program with those presentations, I'm going to introduce all the presenters now, and then we can just go through the program without interruption. Dan Cooper, MD, is a distinguished professor of pediatrics, and he's the interim executive of UC Irvine's Institute for Precision Health. Victor Guerrero is the president and chief operating officer of Infinity Bank. Michael Katz is the managing partner of Katz, Ruby, and Carle. Jeffrey Verdon is the partner and chair of asset protection at Falcon, Rappaport, and Berkman. And Kyle Leingang is a partner at Stradling. So we'll start with Dr. Cooper. Please, a warm welcome for Dr. Cooper.
Thanks, everybody. It's really an honor to be here. So the Innovator of the Year Award is not just about business performance. I'm a physician. I don't know much about business performance. It's about the unimaginable potential that can happen when basic discovery, which is where I am, merges with the real world of implementation, as only business and commercial visionaries can actualize. We have a hard time doing that in academics. I'm honored because I should relate a little bit about me and why I think this is so important. So I'm a physician, a pediatrician, a clinician scientist. I'm one of the leaders of UC Irvine's efforts to bridge the gap between basic discovery and clinical benefit, and I think we heard about how important that is. Those of us in academia, we share the ecosystem of implementation, exemplified so well by the awardees today. But people like me, in many ways, are at the other end of the spectrum in the discovery to application journey. And without that journey, all of our great ideas don't mean anything. From my days many years ago as a postdoctoral fellow in lung diseases at Columbia University, I remember well sitting at the bedside of a 14-year-old who was about to succumb from a disease called cystic fibrosis. Today, that child would be alive. To my role as the inaugural director of UC Irvine's prestigious Clinical Translational Science Award, we're now in our 10th year of NIH funding. To our research groups focused on physical activity and exercise in children as a root cause of one of the key problems that we're finally facing as a nation, chronic disease in children, I see and all my fellow physicians see, indeed we feel, the challenge of innovation, of implementation and translation of discovery every time we see a patient. This is meaningful to me. And this brings us to today's honoree. This individual exemplifies the magic that can happen when science meets business. This individual leads one of the most complex and vital neuroscience portfolios, which includes neurovascular, neuromodulation, ear, nose, throat, cranial and spinal technology, and even pelvic health. The individual heads 5 operating units that generate $10 billion and for us at the university, that's a lot of money, in annual revenue, and employs 18,000 people globally. Under this individual's innovative leadership, the organization supported nearly 80 million patients last year alone. This individual's portfolio is designed to mitigate some of the most debilitating and truly dreadful human diseases. This individual's success is rooted in a culture that embraces trust, inclusivity, and accountability. This individual's innovation stems from integrating advances in our brave new world of AI and large language models, and it's facilitated through strategic leadership forums. Boundaries are challenged, and grounded purpose leads to results. This individual also gives back to the community, serving on the board executive committee for Octane, the CEO roundtable at UC Irvine, and championing diversity as the executive sponsor of the, here's the word, Medtronic African Descent Network. It's leaders like this who remind us that innovation is really hard, that success is ultimately measured not by ideas alone, but in creating real pathways that can transform lives. And so it's my honor and privilege to introduce Brett Wall, Executive Vice President and President of the Neuroscience Portfolio at Medtronic.
I didn't realize that was part of the program. I wasn't briefed very well. First of all, I want to thank the Orange County Business Journal, Richard, for putting us on. Of course, all the sponsors, the judges, and everyone here and all of you that make Orange County such a great place to do business. I've been here almost 3 decades, and I started at a startup that ultimately became part of Medtronic. And when Ray talked about this can be literally, I think, the ecosystem for healthcare development, technology. We have great institutions here. We have great entrepreneurs here. Entrepreneurs develop other entrepreneurs. They develop great technology. It's an honor. It's a privilege. I want to thank all the employees of Medtronic. And, you know, one thing with Medtronic, which really in many ways, it's our 76th anniversary this year. We almost created the medical device industry because we stood at the elbow of the physician, learning, understanding, trying to figure out what was next. And our mission, alleviating pain, restoring health, and extending life, is really about, at the end of the day, you know, just maximizing that opportunity and doing things for patients. And for a lot of us, you know, all work's honorable. I grew up in a working class family. But to get to do this kind of work every single day where you're helping somebody else and doing work that's beyond yourself is just tremendous. And the employees at Medtronic do that every single day. This would not be possible without them. Thank you all. It's a great honor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Ray, for what you had to say today. I'm Victor Guerrero with Infinity Bank, and if I haven't had a chance to meet you, or if you haven't had a chance to meet with Courtney, Farah, Mike, or I, we'd love to meet you because we want to find a way to serve you. So I have the pleasure of talking about another innovator today, and what we like to do when we're meeting with nominees is we ask them certain questions just to find out what's important to them. And so one of the questions we like to ask is, if you were given an unlimited amount of money, what would you do with it? And sometimes the answers are fun, like we've been told, I want to buy a basketball team. Someone else told us, well, I want to buy a boat big enough to make Jeff Bezos cry. And those are fun answers. But this innovator actually said, well, what I would like to do is I'd like to fulfill what I've already done and then move on to the next innovation, which is facing an ecological crisis on the East Coast. They're already thinking of their next innovation. This is very characteristic of the innovators that we got to meet. So this innovator in particular, they started their business in 2023 while being, shortly after actually graduating from Brown with her fellow classmates in the PhD program. And today they've got 7 employees. In fact, I found out they're hiring an 8th this coming week. Their innovation is they figured out how to store data on a molecule. So their ability to store data on a molecule means that they can actually put something that is 100 million times smaller than current technology allows. It's invisible to the eye. Their technology is also being used in other areas with the US government. She told me she would tell me, but I'd have to die. So I don't know what it is. Also, they've been able to raise $2.5 million in contracts, in awards, and prizes as a result of some of these innovations that they've created. They also serve our community by serving on organizations such as the Nelson Entrepreneurship Center, which helps other entrepreneurs that are underserved. And so I am excited to talk to you or to tell you today our winner, who also asked me to share the names of her colleagues, Dana Biechele-Speziale, Brenda Rubenstein, and Jacob Rosenstein of Atomics.
Goodness, I didn't prepare anything because I really didn't think I'd be standing up here today. I also never dreamed as a kid that I'd be in a room like this one. I'm originally from the hills of eastern Kentucky, and so these types of rooms and environments just didn't exist in my dreams. And I wouldn't be here in this room or on this stage without my team. I really appreciated what you said about the team being everything, and that's one of my core beliefs, is that entrepreneurship is a team sport, and I have the best team in the world. You heard a few names, Brenda, Jacob, Salahuddin, our CTO, Lance, our hardware engineer, our chemists, our other engineers. They're absolutely incredible, and I'm fortunate to work alongside of some really brilliant people every day. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Victor. Thanks to everyone for putting on the event. I'm really honored to be up here, and I wish my team could be here to celebrate with us. They're actually, as usual, doing the hard work. They're out in DC setting up at a conference. I have to fly out to meet them tomorrow for a pitch. But yeah, I'm really, really grateful. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. everyone. I'm Michael Katz. I'm not a bank. Some of our clients sometimes think we are. I'm a managing partner of Katz, Ruby & Carle, which is a high-end boutique litigation and patent prosecution firm based in Orange County, soon to open a Bay Area office. I'm super proud to present the next recipient of the prestigious Innovator of the Year award. We've heard from a bunch of people, innovation requires the ability to reimagine what is possible, coupled also with the courage and leadership to effectuate that vision, and this next honoree delivers. With deep experience leading digital product development and marketing in the financial services industry, most notably for American Express, this honoree made a bold pivot to healthcare, bringing with her a proven track record of innovation, strategy, and impact to a leading Orange County healthcare company. This honoree leads that organization's digital strategy and transformation group, helping to maintain its position as one of the most forward-thinking healthcare systems in the country, for which we are all grateful. Her work focuses on optimizing how patients interact with their health data, which has always been something that I've struggled with. So I'm particularly appreciative. That means designing tools that improve the patient experience so that from a patient's perspective, they can navigate that environment, hopefully seamlessly and in a way that optimizes their health. One impressive item the honoree delivered is a transformative tool actually called Nona, a digital companion for new and expecting mothers. During the early days of a newborn baby's life, parents need fast answers to questions, big and small, and the Nona app provides 24/7 interactive advice in real time from customized resources ranging from experts to doulas to labor and delivery nurses and even certified lactation consultants. That's an incredible idea. Maybe it was sitting right in front of our noses all this time, and yet no one thought of it until our honoree did and has put it into action. So this is just one example. In short, she's helping to build core digital infrastructure that simply doesn't exist in many parts of the healthcare systems and industry today. Her commitment to digital health equity ensures that these innovations serve not just some beneficiaries, but all communities. And that's, I think, a very important component of innovation. Properly conceived should be something that serves the greater common good. She's a recognized thought leader. Her insights have been featured in Forbes, Becker's Hospital Review, and other leading publications. She's a true change maker who continues to challenge the status quo. It is my great honor to present this award to Kathy Azeez-Naraian, Senior Vice President and Chief Digital and Customer Innovation Officer at Hoag. Congratulations, Kathy.
Wow, I also did not prepare for this a little bit. And mainly because as I look at that list, I think everyone on it is deserving of the recognition in this award. So I'm deeply humbled and thankful, and a huge thank you to the Orange County Business Journal and Richard and his wonderful team for the recognition. You know, 5 years ago, I made this leap from financial services into healthcare. And boy, did I get a rude awakening of how challenging an industry can be. Healthcare is wildly complex, and to do anything that moves from the physicalness of it into digital arena is wildly hard to do. So I would not be getting this award if not for the incredible leadership team at Hoag. My team, they're an incredible team, and I love all the conversation about that team environment, because as you move up the elevator, you really need to bring others with you. And they're the ones that are helping you drive innovation, deep problems that deserve digital product talent to take a leap of faith and jump in and solve them with others that might just not have the resources. So incredibly thankful. Thank you to my family. They leaped from New York to California with me as well. And while everyone was like, "What are you doing, Kathy?" they were the ones cheering me on. So I really, really am grateful and humbled, and thank you all for nominating me and awarding me this today.
Nicely done. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I got a lot of compliments today on my suit. So I want to give a shout out to my friend Ron Vigiano, who is the Orange County clothes maker to the stars. Now, if Ron can make an old fat guy like me look good, you can imagine what he can do for you. Sorry, Richard. My name is Jeffrey Verdun, and I'm a partner at the law firm of Falcon, Rappaport, and Berkman, LLP, where I lead the Asset Protection Planning Group. I equip affluent families, digital asset investors, and business owners with the tools to help them protect their wealth from unforeseen catastrophic lawsuits and to transfer it tax efficiently to the next generation. Now, since this is an Innovator conference or luncheon, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the law firm is a leader in serving the blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Our dedicated blockchain group provides cutting-edge legal and advisory services to navigate the complex ecosystem of blockchain, a 16-year-old innovation that's as transformative as the invention of electricity. At the firm, we offer specialized estate tax planning and asset protection planning services for clients holding Bitcoin and digital assets, ensuring their portfolios are seamlessly integrated into their broader wealth preservation strategies. And now it is my honor and pleasure to introduce our next Innovator of the Year award winner. For 23 years, this winner and chairman and CEO of his company has been a transformative force in ophthalmology, leading his Aliso Viejo-based early-stage startup with just 4 employees to now employing over 1,000 employees, pioneering micro-invasive glaucoma surgery, or MIGS, a revolutionary approach that has redefined glaucoma treatment worldwide. Under his leadership, the company developed the iStent, the smallest medical device ever approved by the FDA, implanted in over 1.5 million eyes to relieve the pressures of the glaucoma and restore hope for patients facing vision loss. But our winner wasn't done yet. He and his team spearheaded the creation of iDose TR, a groundbreaking drug delivery implant approved in 2023, revolutionizing how surgeons manage the chronic disease by addressing the inefficiencies of traditional eye drops. With more than 25 years of experience, our winner has raised nearly $400 million to fuel innovation, build global markets, and led his company from a startup to a publicly traded leader in ophthalmic technology. His bold risk-taking and commitment to patient care have resulted in 14 products in development, earning the company accolades for its cutting-edge achievements. Now, he's deeply engaged in community service. Our winner serves on the board of the company's charitable foundation, where he provides leadership in philanthropic initiatives around the globe that improves access to care and to support underserved populations. Formerly serving on the board of Beyond Blindness, a nonprofit that empowers children with visual impairments through early intervention, education, and family support. He has also been selected into the Order of St. John, dedicated to providing aid to the poor and the sick. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me celebrate Thomas W. Burns, Chairman and CEO of Glaukos Corporation, a true innovator whose work is transforming lives and shaping the future of healthcare.
thank you to everybody here today. I'm clearly honored to be here and honored to represent my company, Glaukos. Most people would describe my company as a 23-year overnight success. It is a company that we started with 4 people. Today we're approaching 1,200, and we're able to straddle that fine line between success and failure through a combination of good luck, good fortune, some hard work, and maybe some providential help from time to time. When I think about it, this journey was hard. And when I look at the journey, though, to me it's a gift. It was a journey of unremittent periods of exaltation, seminal achievements, intense collaboration, salted by near-death experiences, anxiety, frustration, and a number of setbacks. All of those made those peaks that much more magnificent. So the journey is never alone, it's always shared. You've heard that today. I've got 6 individuals, all retired, who came back under the remote proposition that we might be honored today. They're the ones that deserve this award. They're the ones that built this company. They're pioneers, they're innovators. I wouldn't be up here without them. So thank you very much, appreciate it, thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're in the 9th inning, as you would say, as the baseball fan. Yeah. My name is Kyle Leingang. I'm a corporate partner at the local law firm Stradling, Yocca, Carlson, and Rauth. I guide entrepreneurs through complex commercial finance and M&A transactions. I'm also the chair of the firm. I'm the corporate chair of the firm's recruiting committee. But what I want you to know about Stradling today is not our list of practice areas or a transaction that you may have seen in the news. It's that this is our 50-year anniversary as a firm, and to celebrate, we committed to a year-long campaign called 50 Acts of Giving, where we have endeavored to get everybody involved with supporting charitable causes throughout our community. I think it's been a tremendous success so far and really gives us a great opportunity to make a difference in our community beyond just the work that we do for clients every day. Yeah. Stradling has been a sponsor of this event for many years, and I've had the honor of being involved since about 2020. And during that time, I've really had a front row seat to some truly incredible stories of innovation. And these stories show me that innovation doesn't happen by itself, and it doesn't happen because of a big budget. It happens because of people. People that are filled with commitment and passion and willing to take big risks for big dreams. And as everyone can see from the winners that have come up so far, Orange County is a hotbed of innovation for healthcare, medical devices, and therapeutics. And innovations in these areas only come into existence because of people that are willing to take big risks to improve the lives of people that they are never even gonna meet. So I'm beyond proud to be up here presenting the next award to entrepreneurs who left the comforts of a big company to create their own medical device product. Sounds easy, right? No. That will unequivocally make the world a better place and improve the lives of thousands of children. Their product is a stent for children with a condition called vascular stenosis, one of the primary forms of congenital heart disease in infants. Because of this innovation, children with this condition will no longer have to endure a never-ending schedule of surgeries to replace stents as they age. Instead, this stent is given to a child in a single procedure, even if that child is born premature, and expands with the child as they grow up through adulthood. It's incredible. So the dream of these entrepreneurs to improve and even save the lives of these children isn't just a dream anymore. Their product recently received full FDA approval and is being rolled out in hospitals as we speak across the country. So their dream Their innovation and their success reflects everything that this award stands for. It's with great, great honor that I present, on behalf of the Orange County Business Journal, the Orange County Business Journal Innovator of the Year Award to Dustin Armour and Eason Abbott of Renata Medical.
Wow, thank you guys. Thank you very much, Kyle. Thank you to the OCBJ. It is a tremendous honor. We are humbled to win this award. So, listen, we know that innovation is born out of necessity. Unfortunately, there's incredible need in pediatric medical devices. In the last 35 years, only 4% of devices that have been approved in the US are designed for kids. It's horrible. We've been faced with a lot of these ideas, but fortunately I've had a friend here and a business partner in Eason to brainstorm and think of ways and dream of how to go after this. It's one thing to dream these ideas, it's another to have the courage to take the step and jump out. At one point when we were debating it, I think Eason said, if we don't do it, who will? So we were fortunate, we took a leap, and we couldn't have taken that leap if it weren't for many in this community right here and within Orange County.
That's right. Yeah, true. Yeah, thanks so much. We're so honored. And that's exactly right. We've been uplifted by Orange County through investment, advisors, mentors. Most of our staff is from Orange County. So we feel a real connection, and we're just really appreciative for all that this county has done for us. Yeah, we're really proud of the business that we built. You know, innovation, right? We have a great device, but we've also built a great company in a space where a lot of people don't view it as the most appetizing markets and arenas, and we're really, really proud of that. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep making devices for congenital heart disease and do everything we can to continue to make you guys proud and make this county proud. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations. Isn't there another note? Okay. Great way to end, you know. How can you argue with helping children not to have surgeries every few years as their hearts get bigger? So let's make the device get bigger. Also, there's a through line on teamwork that I wanted to reinforce. You know, Laura Garrett, who's here, has been with the Business Journal since 1995, and Peter Brennan left for a bit, but he first worked for us in the 90s, and we've got a lot of tenure at the Orange County Business Journal, which I think is part of the formula for our success, and I'm guessing that most of our recipients today have had that same experience and will have that experience. Ray, I want to thank you for what you've done today with your great remarks, and I have a small token of appreciation for you. Thank you, Ray, and thank you for the Surf and Sand Resort for making Ray's staycation possible. So we had 5 great winners today, and what I gotta say, though, is our judges had to forego so many other outstanding nominees that you be sure to come back next year, because we'll have great winners again. I'd also like to thank, speaking of the team, thank you Tiffany Benando, Ellie Torres, Andy Kalinowski, Amanda Dang, Summer Bowles, Mia Lories, Anushka Bryson, Bobby Dorman, Corinne Decker, and Kim Lopez, to make this event just run so smoothly. And to our vendors who are listed in the program, finally, let me ask all the award recipients to come over here. You can see we're all set up for photographs. And last, look at the back cover of the Innovator program. If yours has an orange dot on the back page, then those flowers at your place belong to you. So enjoy them. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next year.